Whip dab these nuts.
I'm gonna.
Okay, handshake.
Okay.
That's what the new Huff Aromas site did.
I can't. Okay. Well, that's an issue.
What does that even mean? Wait.
My Huff Aromas launched today.
Oh, you have a Huff Aromas?
Congrats.
Yeah, for one of the FAP mascots, the
yeah.
kobolds.
Oh.
I have to finish art
Unfortunately,
for
they
that.
did not send me any samples.
Oh.
So I have no idea if it's good.
I thought it would be the. Oh yeah, I see Demon Skunk art.
They're talking about how sandal smells, so maybe we should get a sandals candle going.
Was it sandalwood?
Ooh.
Yeah, probably.
Sandalwood and Moxie.
Oh god, like birch
And
bark.
it also like balls, I guess. Because you have to have, like, if you're doing dealings with them, that has to have some sex smell, apparently. Like, that's their thing. So just pick one.
The Beck scent will be the. I think that's the
Rotting
niche
flesh.
that I'm cornering. Yeah, is
Gunpowder.
Yeah, it's like gun smoke. The thing is like. When I think of Beck's smells, I'm sure there is a scent that is the exact same thing that I would have picked. So it's like gun smoke, cigars, and leather. All right, good job, original toaster. Like, so I really would have to. I don't know if like burnt hair and murder are options. You know what I mean? Yeah.
How is there already 77 people waiting?
Because we're cool and awesome.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I like incepted illusory just now.
Oh yeah.
What is the name?
Because we're cool and awesome, and you were speaking at the same time, but 1 second later, and you're like, "That's cool, it's awesome."
I gotcha.
I look forward to the scene where Toaster just has to talk to himself because Ka throws sandals into the scene.
Oh, I'm back.
That'll be interesting. I've seen like sessions where the DM has to like interact with themselves because it's like 2 NPCs and then like a big bad in the scene at the same time. And it always feels like schizophrenia. All right.
Fight. Kiss.
That's how it feels during our Final Fantasy stream whenever it's like, oh, I'm everyone in this conversation. We're at 97 waiting.
Get your meowdies ready, everyone.
Get your meowdies ready. Meowdies up, folks.
Someone's already saying it. Someone just said it, even though they can't hear us while we were talking about it.
The most recent message is Meowdy.
We're going to take our break here.
Yay.
You just really wanted to roll that rope work.
I wanted to tie him up in his tongue.
That's good. That's good fan art.
I'm not good at rolling though.
It is good fan art. He's bound like a pig on a spit with his own tongue and the pipe. All right, everyone.
We'll get back to that after the break, I think.
Just trying to imagine how that looks.
Oh, look at that!
Fumbles!
Oh shit!
Look at that!
Fumbles!
I love it.
This is new for us too. All right, we're gonna do a quick pee break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Just hang tight, folks.
Be right back.
At this point, seeing the game in action, some of the stuff that I have on paper is different than how it goes in game. Would I possibly be able to reallocate some stuff?
That might be like a fun thing to consider. I think that makes sense too, because there are some things where I'm like, oh, this does not work exactly the way I thought.
I don't know how much gambling is going to come up.
Well, I mean, that's fun, you know.
You know what? Actually, fuck it. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to let it roll.
Yeah. Well, there's certain things that I think would be like interesting to consider. Things like, okay, do I really need both deception and disguise? Like in my head, I was thinking it was like a tiered thing where it was like, okay, if you're in a disguise, you need to roll disguise and then roll deception. You know, things like that where it's like, maybe I could take a few points out of
like I have acting and charm, and I feel like acting, charm, and deception. I feel there's
they're three of the same stat, kind of.
Yeah, this one I'll chat with Ka afterwards, because I don't feel like there's ever gonna be a time where I can't argue one or the other.
Yeah.
There's
living with
certain
my mistakes.
circumstances where one might be a little more relevant than another, but you're right. For the most part, they're pretty interchangeable.
Okay. I might
One
need
of
to
the
talk to you
things-
about possibly shifting some numbers
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, we can probably do that. Well, thank you for playing this week, guys. This was a fun session.
Thanks for coming by, everyone. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. We're not
That's
going to
right,
be all
we're
together
off next
next
week.
week, unfortunately, but we'll be right back in 2 weeks. And that
That happened.
pick
That
up from
just
this cliffhanger in 2 weeks when we're back. In the interim, you can subscribe to our Patreon to get a 36-page long story I wrote about Keaton's backstory. That will be going live on Wednesday in place of the session that we would have had. So there's a lot of content there to tide you over if you're interested. We have a few other things. We have a couple short stories on there. We're going to be posting a few interesting things in the next few weeks as well, related to music, and putting up some fun playlists on the YouTube channel for people if you want to see our thought processes behind those, and some little write-ups on those. You can find those on the Patreon as well when they go live. But yeah, thank you for watching the stream today. This was crazy.
Yeah.
Keaton got a lot more than she bargained for.
Oh,
She
yeah.
thought she was going to be in, totally stealthy, maybe watch, hover in the hallway while Sandals Bueller walked past her without knowing it was her, and listen in on a conversation in a visitation room, and then go home and be totally fine and be able to blackmail him based on that. And instead, she got eldritch horror and a bunch of crazy people.
Yeah.
And
Keaton-
ironically, she passed by him in the lobby.
Yeah, well, exactly, right? Like, I guess in my head, she was in a little bit before he was, so she passed by where he would have been, but was inside at the time he was like actually making a scene, being visible, right? So, yeah, just like total missed chance.
She walked by him because he was sitting down with the magazine of his own face open.
Exactly, like just totally missed him. Comedy
behind his own face.
This session was a comedy of errors.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Jet killing someone with a belt because
Not
he was
confirmed.
distracted
Yeah.
is very funny.
I got some good lines in. Jet is processing everything as a to-do list, just a clear priorities, and just in horror, the beginning of the list is expanding fractally. When it was step 1, go in, step 2, get Melvin, and now every fucker in this place keeps adding another thing to the list, and like, please, no more.
Let's see which skills we leveled up this week.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Because we did a lot of rolling.
1d100, right?
Yeah, D100.
And you roll above.
If you roll above.
I was
First
real
one,
worried
nope.
there, because the
Second
way
one.
that arm looked a lot like how Aeria drew scars on a certain arm. And I was like,
All right, charm leveled up, and that's a 1d10.
Yep.
Yeah, how do we do this exactly?
We're doing it manually. So you roll a D100,
Okay.
and if
Great.
it's above
One.
that skill that you marked, then it goes up by a D10.
Hell yeah, we're at 56 charm, baby.
so rolling fighting, so you roll a 1d100, then if you get a higher score than your thing, you then roll d10.
Yep.
So fighting has to be above a 70. No. Intimidate has to be above 25.
My charm went up somehow.
35, 33, so that's a...
This is a fun system. I like that.
Yep. So plus 7 to intimidate.
Ooh.
Come on.
That's
There's
a
no way I'm
big-
getting this
big
one.
bonus.
Okay. The first one I failed. Yeah, I improved dodge, fighting, and scent.
I improved spot, fighting, and charm.
Rope work has to be above Rolled a 71. 45. Okay.
I really like this system. It reminds me of the Saga games where it's like you level up based on what you use, and it like really heavily incentivizes like a general approach to like, let me see if I can get in on this scene. Like I think it's really fun. Our base stats never increase, right?
Correct.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Those are things you can train in like downtime between adventures, but that's outside the scope of this module.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to say that's really funny is that Javi was rolling so high this session, but it was very funny because Illusory Wall is like our dedicated canon. So it's like, oh no, we picked the one game that doesn't play to his strength.
Yeah. It's very funny.
This is the one game where you want to roll low. What fools? What hubris?
Yep.
I love how Javi's taking charge. It's fun to see Javi be the main character, like to be the one who knows everything. And same with like seeing, Jet obviously is just on a mission to fight with Melvin, and Dakota is like embedded in this prison and knows people. So it's like literally the only two people right now that really have any idea of what the fuck's going on are Javi and Dakota, which is like such a fun little twist on like what you would expect.
I mean, know what's going on is doing a lot of work.
You have a general awareness of people and things.
Well, yeah, like when they had their arms.
Sure, but presumably these things have happened for a while.
Yeah.
We took a very strange route through the prison that I wasn't expecting.
The cause and effect of get stabbed, try to unstab yourself.
I have reason to drag us back in before we go straight to the place that I wanted to go straight to. So
I have some ideas as well.
No, I don't like that. I like my reasons for that. I'm sure I don't like your reasons for that.
We forgot to use the walkie-talkie in the yard. We're so dumb. Reminder to do that.
Yeah. Outside signal. Yeah.
I even
put it
crashed
on...
a drone into you to kind of jog your memory.
That's
what that spot check was for.
Oh, the drone?
Yeah, the spot check was for like seeing the little button is like lighting up, like there's an LED on it.
Because you put it on fucking mute. Oh no.
Well, I mean, we got the gun.
Yeah, if Jet will use it.
And we immediately know what to put all 6 bullets in.
Yep.
I don't think you have to convince Jet to shoot the biblically accurate eyeball.
I think you got a freebie on that one.
Jet has eye trauma.
No moral quandary presented at all.
I like how it like
Jet is viscerally
Javier
upset about that image.
Javier would normally be the one to want to react viscerally to it, but he's like kind of like hear it out at this point.
Yeah, sure. Fucking course. Of course. Yeah, let's go with the eye with hands. Sure.
It's fucked up.
What
that
else
I'm
is
not
there?
Flash it right away, you know.
And yes, Marty and I did cook up the Jet's hat idea on the plane to Anthrocon.
That's bananas.
Been sitting on that for a few months.
That was such a lore bomb. Watching people on Discord freak out about that was like fun.
I anticipated having a talk about it, but things escalated right. Things were in such a bad state when he saw it that it's just a weird time to care.
Yeah, no, was like, there's no reason to point this out to anyone. No one's paying attention to Snapper other than like words. Yeah. But like when actively being brought back from unconscious, that seems like a moment that you might see it.
Yeah, I figured.
Face down on the ground.
I anticipated that it might come up at some point while we're exploring and everything, but things escalated to a bloodbath, and then you're like waking up and crying and shit, and I'm like, this is not the time for for Jet to make a big deal about the hat right now. Put a note on that. That's a third of his mental stack right now.
I can only pray for fan art of Javier splattering blood everywhere, slitting that guy's throat.
I've got something that like
the full shower.
Critical fail on your stealth. Delicious.
That scene,
love it.
That scene was filled in black and white.
Yeah.
yeah, hell yeah.
For all the lore people and theory crafting people that are in the chat all week and stuff like that we see, I was surprised that nobody picked up on Snapper having a green hat.
So I'm gonna put this in, I guess, general. This is what I imagine fucking Javi doing.
Oh my god.
Yes, I also thought the same thing. Oh my god. It's so funny too. Like Javi just like mind freaking someone right there, and then literally no one else in the room having like direct context for what the fuck is going on is one of my favorite images of the session so far. Of like, oh, you just gave this man an aneurysm. What? What the fuck? It's very funny. How do we level a cult?
You only level a cult by experiencing occult phenomenon and reading occult tomes.
Did we not all experience occult phenomenon today?
It needs to be a little bit more than that.
Come on.
Well, there is a library.
Keep in mind, though, every point of occult you get drops your max sanity by 1.
Well, my current sanity is already down by 1, Caw.
So that's fine.
So it's fine, Caw. Yeah. What a crazy session. Combat is hard.
Yes,
we should have
very brutal combat system.
Well, it's hard for some people.
It's fun because I've played Call of Cthulhu before, but I've always played this game in the context of one-shots. And in my head, I knew it was designed mostly for one-shots, but combat makes that very apparent because you die very quickly, and it's very scary because you just don't know what people want with you. You know what I mean? Like
if you can not fight or something.
Yeah, like if you can not fight, if you can talk someone down, but then like what happens to you if someone talks you down? Because this is a game about Cthulhu. It's a game about Lovecraft and horror. So it's like, oh yeah, don't worry.
A lot of logic and reason going on, yeah.
Yeah, like you'll go to, we'll take you to our hideout, and then you go to their hideout, and that's where you get fed to the flesh octopus. Like it's like not great no matter what. So it just feels so life and death.
My boy
Flesh. They might have a timeshare for you to buy.
That's also Lovecraftian.
That is. 3v3 plus supports was a pretty good ratio until Snapper got one shot.
Yeah, that was bad. It would have gone really well if Snapper killed that roll.
My very first fight roll, I rolled minimum damage. Like I can do 7 in a melee attack with no weapon. I did 2.
That's crazy.
No. Yeah, it's nasty because his build means he does an extra D4 on any melee attacks.
Jesus,
that's bananas.
Yeah, me too.
We should find some more metal bars.
People are saying they want a Discord for playing games. I want to clarify my statement from before. I'm talking about people talking to me on my Discord, like me on Discord. There isn't a public server, but I don't know.
We do
maybe
have a channel in the Keith Cord.
In Keith's Discord,
if you join my Discord, there's a dedicated playing games channel that I made for this season, so that people can stop trying to figure out where to talk about it. Jet can do up to 10 damage in a swing. It'd be nice to see that someday.
Well, Jet would need to engage with combat and kill a motherfucker. Would you kill someone if you roll the D10? You gotta commit. Come on, kill some people.
As soon as I saw Moorcock put his hands on Dakota, it was just like, this is starting now, because I knew it was bad. Like it's just like I stabbed the guy earlier and he threatened Dakota to me. Like I was just like, this is it.
We were having a friendly chat.
It was good.
It was going great.
I do wonder if there were alternatives to that scene, or if it was always a dedicated fight, because holy fuck, it took a chunk out of some of us.
Yeah, like what was the puzzle of that section? Like we broke through the door. Was there something happening?
You could have tried to go out through the window. You could have tried to parlay with Mickey and maybe join the cult.
Second floor window.
Yeah.
The second floor window that I clarified was on the second floor.
Yeah.
Because that's a far drop.
Yeah, you guys can do a cheerleader ladder up there.
Okay. Yeah. Just dive out the second floor window. It worked for John Wick. It will work for us.
It worked for
in my head. I'm
Green
thinking like
in
my head, I'm like, Oscar's already on the roof. We gotta get out of here before the asylum demon shows up. Ooh, this. So we took a hard turn.
Someone.
There was.
I'm afraid you didn't hypnotize either of the captives you had.
Well, one of them got stabbed and the other one got choked to death, so it didn't really come up.
The problem is that Javi's fucking crazy.
Javi is
I have reasons. He's completely justified. Yeah.
people are gonna come after Illusory like they came after me when I was playing
in the
Sandals.
first season. Yeah. I
totally justified.
Yeah, I completely stand by all my decisions.
The way that Illusory escalates every season.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
great.
it so much.
Yeah, we took
utterly-
a hard turn towards horror where it was it's always been unnerving, and there was like some gory characters last season, but like first season was like half kink joke characters, half really like it was like riding the line of like creepy and horny. And last one there was kind of like that guy came out of his skin. That's weird. This one's like we're walking into like Elden Ring set pieces where there's a billion bodies in the room in the ritual circle, and you're like,
Sometimes I forget the floor is dead people.
I love it.
So this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I'm so
expecting the fucking Ubi hand. I'm not okay with that.
I wasn't expecting you guys to encounter that one first.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, because
That
that, that one has like that's the silly one. I'm gonna be real.
Oh no.
if you had encountered the biblically accurate one first.
I don't like that, and I don't like that. I don't like any of that. And
I admire your
Keaton
dedication.
doesn't like that either.
I admire your dedication to not just moving things.
I move some things around. I made it flexible, but there are some places, some encounters that are anchored to particular areas.
So, did I find out correctly that none of us spec'd for medicine? We are so fucked.
I have first
That's the
aid.
case.
Keaton put 30 points, or there's like 30 points in first aid. I don't know if that's the default or if I put 10 extra in it, but it was just a like, what?
Oh no, it definitely
30.
helped.
I had 30 at first aid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 30
Yeah.
first aid.
I think we all at least have
Also-
30 first aid, but I don't think medicine's a separate one. That I
Yeah.
don't think.
Oh yeah.
Medicine's what you
I'm
do
a magician,
for
not
like
a doctor.
long-term healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First aid is I give you 1 hit point back.
Yeah. No one spec'd
It's like a shoulder rub.
Yeah.
for medicine. Well, because I was thinking, at least for Keaton, like, she lives above a nightclub. The worst circumstance she's ever physically been in is like a particularly rowdy mosh pit. So it's like, what does she know how to do? Give some stitches and drink a beer? Like, it's like, that's the level of understanding. And then like thinking about everyone else though, like who else would Snapper have medical experience? Like what is that?
like
No.
track and field, like sports therapy shit.
No, he can do first aid. He's used to that, scrapes and cuts and stuff, but he's not good at education. He doesn't have any medical training. He's
I can help
Useless.
you like ignore it maybe through hypnosis, but that's about it.
God.
Ooh.
Might
This
come in
is
handy. We'll see.
scary. Dodge is really important.
Dodge is
extremely
super important.
good.
Dodge and fighting are really important, and it's making me feel bad about being like, maybe I'll use dodge once or twice. I'll put like 5 extra points in it. Nope, should have done that. I should have put all of my points away from, I don't know, electronics into fucking dodge. Like, it's crazy how scary some of these encounters are because of that.
Jet
I love
doesn't
the
have
dynamic.
dodge.
I love the dynamic of choosing if you want to dodge or hit back every time.
Yes.
Can
That's
I
so
even
fun.
can I
So
even
cool.
choose dodge without the dodge skill?
You can, you're just gonna have a shitty roll.
Uh-huh. I just keep thinking of more ways things can go wrong. It's like an infinite
Very easily.
number of things.
It seems like
Make sure you share them all with me.
I find
You
$1
do
million
that?
and it's like,
I
oh,
have
no.
already mentioned some of the horrible ideas at Ka where I'm like, oh no, what if these
If
two systems
you-
interact?
Share
if I find
ideas
2
with Ka. You are a turncoat and a traitor.
I've done
Just
that
that-
every campaign.
Mhm.
He uses it against me. He does because he specifically he almost never does the thing that I thought, but he uses the anticipation to do something like it's like a riposte. You're like, no, please. Is anybody small enough to throw in this party?
Dakota.
I think Dakota and Javi are the smallest.
I have
Yeah, I'm
40
pretty chubby
throw.
though. I think I'd have
So
some
I'm
weight
like,
behind that.
Can I
but-
throw
Sandals
people?
was the smallest. He had
Uh-huh.
-2 build.
Yeah,
And,
Sandals
like,
was
just
the
by-
tiniest.
Like, by definition, the most throwable.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
very aerodynamic.
That's what happened to him.
like-
Potatoes
because,
just
I
picked
mean,
him right up, threw him right out the window.
Keaton's got to be the most throwable.
Well, Keaton is skinny. She's actually pretty tall. Is the
you gotta take off the big ol', I'm assuming, goth stompers that she's got on before you throw her, though.
Yeah, she definitely does have goth stompers. Like she's wearing like boots, like steel-toed boots, because that's
like
what
fucking
cool people do.
Like under bridge goth?
No, she's. Okay. I mean.
You know what I'm referring to, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. Industrial rate, cyber goth bridge dance goth, off. Yeah. Maybe when she was like 15, but like now, no, she's like. I think with her, she's more like I bought a Hanes 10-pack of tank
black
tops.
V-necks.
Yeah, black V-necks or tank tops or whatever. And now I'm gonna girl with the dragon tattoo my enemies at night. I'm gonna sock puppet people's accounts and tell them to like hurt themselves online. Like that's what she is. So very different catty kind of internet goth, but she's pretty tall. She's like 6 feet tall, not counting her ears. So with her ears, she's about as tall as like. She's a little bit shorter than Goose, but in terms of everyone else, she like rivals Jet roughly in height.
It'll be interesting to see if like with 70 strength, 80 size, and 40 throw, if Jet can like throw Dakota like upstairs in contexts.
That could be very useful.
If that's like a trick.
Mean, but like,
or on
he's dexterous. Actually, he's the most dexterous, I think. Yeah, I have 70 dex, so it's like, maybe.
And or in the case of the open area, the yard, like up to the roof. They cut off Aeria's hands.
I did notice a lot of hands on there. I was like, wow, some of these look familiar. That's suspicious.
By you mean Aeria cut off Aeria's hands?
Maybe. Well, that'd be difficult.
Can't keep getting away with this.
The second one would be much more difficult than the first one to cut off.
He's very talented.
But yeah, the pink paws with yellow pads. I'm like that. Yep. I know that.
I've seen them hands.
I'd recognize that twink anywhere. Javi's just immediately in the red state that he'll be in for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna find the good stuff.
Just don't get hit a second time.
I'll make a worse state for when you're also insane.
Hell yeah. Wasn't worried, but now I am.
Insane and damaged.
Like, you should
avoid fights, perhaps.
He should be like naked. You should close off.
When you're damaged, you just get the cracked screen. But when you're insane, ironically, you get damaged written on your forehead.
Oh no!
Joker fight. No.
Yeah, the worst kind of. Yeah.
It only applies to me.
Goddamn Joker rat.
Looking forward to meeting Papa Coyote. Who
I want to see.
I figured out the identity.
I know he's hot. I know he's hot.
I don't think he's hot.
I want to see what he looks like. I want to see what Melvin looks like.
That is a laugh of confirmation.
Papa Coyote would not be hot in any other context, but he is drawn by Aeria Quies, and it's exactly the type of character that Aeria Quies would find hot and draw hot. So he's probably.
I don't know. There's a big question mark there.
All right. Well, thanks everyone. We're turning off the stream. Goodbye.
Have a good night.
Bye.